Sandbagger, Dr. Hammer, whoever else is out there.
Yeah, the gang's all here. It's top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Time for Classic Radio Roundup, and the Watergate is rolling.
That's right. Time to start the old Watergate. That's so appropriate too. We're dealing with Nixonian era politics here. We'll have a Watergate.
Yeah, and in my mind, if you start comparing apples to oranges in this case, or whatever the case is, this guy has far exceeded his whatever Nixon had done. He's already far exceeded it.
Oh yeah, it's no surprise to say that if he was a Republican, he'd already be packing. Now I got one thing to say. Well, no, you actually got several things to say, but you might as well start with one.
Yeah, start with one and lead into the next.
No, I'll just leave it to that, to one. The other week when I was talking politics on Classic Radio, they told me to keep quiet about that. Now it's a different story.
Duly noted. But it is in the forefront of everything that's going on right now, and couldn't help avoid talking about the triple play.
Yeah, believe me, it won't stay that way for long. You know, I just had to throw that in there to agitate. Yeah, you're good at that too.
Quarter Wave Dave keeps track.
Sick paying and modulation is good.
And Quarter Wave Dave is always keeping track and paying attention. You gotta watch that guy.
Yeah, I can barely pay my bills, let alone pay attention. Well, the saying is, I'm so poor I can't afford to pay attention. Evening, Doc Hammer, A44. Back on 27114 is what I got.
Pretty soon, if you're not careful, they'll find a way to tax your paying attention.
Sounds like about a kilohertz low. That's right. Hello, Sparky. Top of the evening to you. The ambient background there's about a kilocycle tone coming out of it, so. Oh, it's probably got more than that coming out of it. I bet you there's some hum in there too. No, it's just the difference between your frequency and theirs. The beat difference is about a kilohertz, so the tone will be that.
It's amazing when the math works.
Math always works. If the math doesn't seem to work, then you did something wrong.
Whether it be the math, or the formula, or your readings.
The math always works. If the math doesn't work, you entered something wrong.
Yeah, I think the noise is finally dropping down a bit. Keep my fingers crossed.
Well, every other week it does the same thing. It kind of ebbs and flows. It quiets down and then it comes back again.
Oh, spoke too soon.
See. From sea to shining sea. And tonight we have Doc Hammer's Classic Radio Roundup giveaway. What are you giving away? There's a noise there, Hammer.
He's not in my noise.
Thinning the herd. I'll give you a quick rundown, but then I'll post it on the forum. I'm going to thin the herd here in the house. I acquired a new 2517 Galaxy, and I've got a bunch of stuff on the shelf that I've got duplicates of, and I need to get rid of some of this stuff. And none of it's junk, it all works, so that's going to be a bonus. Here in a bit, I'll have a list for you. Oh, there we go. Cool. few items that I have duplicates of, including 4 or 5 different base radios that I have 2 of. Then I have one HF radio that's going to be included that I don't have a duplicate, but I have a new HF rig. So, at any rate, I'll get you a list here in a minute. Roger, Roger.
Well, if Doc Hammer is thinning his herd, that means somebody else's herd's going to get bigger.
Well, that's the law of shifting girth, I guess.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I almost need to enlarge my horseshoe over here. It's starting to get a bit crowded. I came home with this Cobra 142 GTL again, and I'm like, well, where the heck am I going to put the thing?
Yeah, you gotta be like me, you know. I got like 6 radios on the operating bench here, and I got my little table, and I just pull them down from the shelf in the closet. I can't fit them all.
Well, the Barker and Williamson and associated equipment with that took up a lot of real estate. But the 142 GTL is sitting on top of the 250 TH amp. I'm like, oh, that'll work for now.
Yeah, now if only you were driving the 250 TH.
I probably could, especially with this 2-pill fat boy, but then I have to do the foot switching and all that nonsense, and I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's more of a pain in the butt, especially if you got something that works easier.
I'm just saving that amplifier to run with the B&W. I'm not going to even mess around, kludging around with nothing else. That rig is for that, and it's all wired and hooked up, and I'm not breaking it down.
Can't say I blame you.
Not now. Not that I got this new toy to play with.
Yeah, and that works pretty well.
No need. Does exactly what I need to do with my 400 watts of AM carrier.
Yeah, it's a little high though. Yeah, you might have enough headroom for that.
Well, there's 275. There we go. We're running a 275 carrier. I know I got the headroom for that.
Yeah, you actually starting to move slightly forward when you talk.
Let's put it at a 225 AM carrier, and we'll have lots of swing. Rigger!
Yeah, you got almost a half an extra to the swing now.
That's right. That's probably the right place to run it, right there. Just under 250 AM. And I got lots of room left on my power supply. I'm not even pulling 100 amps at peak. Nope. 90 amps peak.
That's what, split between the two?
Yeah, that's split between the two. I got 140 total. It'll do 100 amps continuous. 100 amps continuous, 140 peak.
Right, okay. I put a picture up on Grumpy's of my big behemoth power supply.
You know, if I had this power supply over at the repeater, we could run everything on there. Amplifiers, remote bases, more amps.
Yeah, the problem with that is if the power supply dies, everything goes down.
Yeah, but how often do you hear of an Astron supply dying?
Oh, I don't know. But it does happen.
Well, I don't think we could come up to anywhere near taxing the things.
No. They'd be loafing along.
They're loafing along now, and I'm smacking what I'm smacking. They're just loafing along. But that's always been my engineering mind. You know, I want to just cruise along at somewhere around half of my total capability.
But I do have to be honest, I really don't like that echo.
I didn't think there was that much in there. Is that better?
Yeah, Yeah, it's a lot better, because when you hit it hard, it kind of makes your words run together.
Oh, no! Well, it came with 2 other mics. Got an static D104 M6 and a Cobra Dynamite, but the batteries are dead in both of them.
Yeah, Cobra Dynamite uses a 7-volt battery, doesn't it?
Yeah, sir. And it's dead. Oh, maybe it's not dead. Let me try it.
Hey, Sandbagger. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, did you have a Cobra 139? It was just a straight 23 sidebander, right? Yeah, it's also got a crystal box on it. It's got a bunch of extra crystals for uppers and lowers. Okay, alright, didn't know if you had the XLT version of that or not. Alright, yeah, I picked up one on the bay coming in for $15 or something like that. Hopefully it'll work. That's my lottery ticket for the week. Yeah, I've got both of them. I've got the straight 23 channel version, and the one I'm talking on right now is the XLR, the 139 XLR 40 channel.
Let me try this Cobra Dynamite. How's this thing sound?
Sounds like a very loud stock mic.
A very loud stock mic? So you like the other mic better without the echo?
Actually, they sound pretty much similar. I mean, neither one of them have that crispness of a D104. They're very dynamic sounding, you know, more flat. It's, you know, the stock mic tone quality, but it's just amplified.
Yeah, well, there's not a whole lot I can do at the moment. I don't have anything wired up for a 5-pin. But I could try scaring up a battery for this D104 M6.
Yeah, that might sound a little better. Actually, that doesn't sound bad. Honestly, it just does not have the hollow depth sound. You know, it's just a flat, you know, stock mic-ish kind of sound, only louder.
Yeah, understood. Well, hang on, let me, yeah, that's one, hang on, I don't want to use this one anyway, it doesn't seem to be holding the key.
You got a bad wire in the cable there. The old timers out there from Grumpy's Classic Radio Roundup. This here's old timer 480. Time, Central. That's Fixer.
Yeah, let me see if I can get them. How about your 480? How about that 480 to Fixer? 441, old timer, go ahead. Yeah, I got a real good copy on you too there, Fixer 480. Good to hear you in here on Classic Radio Roundup tonight. As a special treat, I got the video gate going. So you're being recorded right now, and I'll post it up on Grumpy's. You'll see it tomorrow at some point. But anyway, good to hear you in there, Fixer. 441 here, I'm running this Cobra 142 tonight. You're coming through here quite well tonight. Let me see if I can kick in just a little more after a burner and see if I can cut through some of that noise. Fixer 480, 441 old timer on this Classic Radio Roundup Cobra 142.
I got $1,200 time all the way over to South Carolina, but then I took my show off, so I quit listening to it.
We'll kind of stand by here, and maybe conditions will pick up. Like I said, you're right at the noise level. Stuff from the west or whatever, so catch you later. 480, we're clear.
Alright there, Fixer 480. I got you real good that time. Fixer. Thanks for checking in the Classic Radio Roundup. Fixer 480. 441 is Spitfire, working this Cobra 142.
Okay, yeah, we got you a lot better that time or whatever on the 142. I had to turn the beam around, but I could hear it once I did that. I hear that Fixer out there, 480, running that Demco satellite, 775 Keystone. Back at you, Fixer. How about this little radio? Is that reaching out there? Fixer 480.
kick it into afterburn to get up above the noise. How about you, Fixer 480? Fixer 480-775 here in Pennsylvania was trying to get you, break. Yeah, it's just going to be like that, you know. It's going to be in and out and in and out. But it's good to get him in there while I have the video gate rolling. That's always fun.
Yeah, I turned the beam around, and he come blasting in, but I lost you. I can hear him, but not you. This sonar will only swing this box to two and a quarter. Yeah, it sounds good. If it was right on frequency, it'd be perfect. Yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah, well, I'm pushing this thing right to the upper limits here. I'm probably about 1200 watts.
Yeah, well, your carrier's up. You actually backswing slightly on my meter.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I'll bring her back under control a little bit. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of hill of beans of difference. It's probably better off this way.
Yeah, you don't get fuzzy though. You don't start to get pinched. It just stops going forward.
Yeah, I sort of noticed that on my current meter. You know, the current meter will just go up and, you know, stay there. But right now the current goes with my modulation. I reach that far end there and the current just hangs with my, it doesn't even move with my modulation.
Yeah, because now you're just lightly driving it.
Yeah, this seems to be where it's happy. Between 200 and 300 watts of drive, or carrier, I mean. It all seems happy between 2 and 3 carrier.
That's right.
Me and my solid state classic radio with my modern back end. Old and new tonight.
Yeah, I am ashamed to say that I'm not running any tubes tonight either. Everything's totally solid state. But this radio was manufactured back in 1977 or 78. So it's definitely an oldie, definitely a classic, definitely a goodie.
Aren't these 142s from somewhere around the mid-80s?
Now, the 142 was actually very early 80s. The 139, I think, was only out for 2 years or something, and then the 142 came along.
Yeah, it's certainly old enough to be a classic. It's a 40-channel classic, but it's a classic.
Yeah, the 139 came out right when 40 channels became legal. It has the 858 port in it. I actually like these better. Yeah, the 142 and the Cobra 2000 and all that, they all came out right around the same time, like in 79 or 80, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, I was glad to have the opportunity to reacquire this radio. I was, you know, it's a good solid state daily driver kind of radio.
Yeah, you know, it's a decently equipped radio, like you say. It's a good flip on the switch and listen kind of radio. Hello, County Wide, 427, Mobile, break. I hear Skeeter in the Mobile. I got you in there, Skeeter. Sparky waving. I'm checking into the roundup.
Hello, Skeeter. Hello, Lopsa Mobile 441, your countywide radio. Breger?
Right there, countywide. I hear the sandbagger out there.
Where are you out and about at there, Lopsa Opsu?
We said downtown Royersford.
10-4 in the downtown Royersford. Well, you're making it through all the hash and trash to my radio receiver. 441 working as Cobra 142 GTL.
Big feet in the backwoods of Georgia. Yeah. good to go.
Shouldn't we be hearing Night Ranger in here about now? I've been hearing the Carolinas and Georgia coming through.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, but you know, I think he's connected to my speed radio receiver. You ought to get in here and try and holler at this way. Check the road for that, my man. Lightwood was standing by.
He's probably listening there to check for conditions. This is Classic Radio Roundup 27115 on your AM dial. Old Timer 441.
Yeah. There we go. What is it? One of the other reasons I like the Navajo version of this better is the Navajo's got the slotted cover and it has much better ventilation. This one only has the slats on the small slats on the side, so it builds up heat. Makes the freaking crystals drift. Not the Reverend Dr. Allgood. See that turbo fan I put in that box, Dave? Yeah, but $16 for a fan? Holy moly. Yeah, they were like $13 on eBay. Yeah, I know. It's funny though, because when I looked at the stock one, they were going for just as much. You know, when I know you can get them for $3 or $4, those old boxer fans. Man, yeah, that's just it. You know, I got like dozens of them.